Which artists should be afraid of AI, and are you one of them? Hey fellow creatives, today we'll be answering the question, will AI replace artists? We've been watching the rise of AI art recently, and the answer might be a bit more complex than just yes or no. It depends on the art market or creative industry, so today we'll be talking about two of the major art markets, creative industries, and which artists have the best chance of surviving. Timestamps are in the description, so let's get into it. What are the two major art markets? And by art markets, I'm talking about for artists who make their own physical art. First, we have the fine art market, where our main customer is the art collector. Now, who is an art collector? An art collector is anyone who buys originals or prints from an individual artist whose brand message or personal story they resonate with. A lot of times we have this idea of an art collector in our head that is super rich, whereas that doesn't always have to be the case. If someone's just buying prints, they don't necessarily have to have a super high income. But let's think about why these collectors are buying. Probably at least a few of the following are true. They care about the artist's story. They're just enthralled by the artist's unique process. They resonate with themes contained in the artist's work. They're generally buying to become a long-term supporter of the artist's success, not just to fill empty wall space. So for the fine art market, the human aspect contained in the art is what adds value, besides just the regular skill. And because collectors can't really resonate with a machine, artists in the fine art market will probably not be affected much by AI art. Now let's talk about artists in the decorative market. So who is their main customer? Usually it's consumers who are just looking to fill that blank wall space. Where are they shopping? Etsy, Target, home goods stores. Now with Etsy, it could be a little different just because you can tie a brand story into your Etsy shop, but a lot of times that's not really the case. So what characterizes this type of artist who's in the decorative market? This could be artists who sell their work to large retailers like Target and home goods stores. This also could be artists who don't have a cohesive brand or body of work, so they're just kind of painting what looks good. It might be in a bunch of different styles. So there's a separation between their personal story and their artwork. And finally, artists whose goal is to appeal to the masses and they don't have a particular customer in mind. So these type of artists could suffer more from AI art just because their customer base is the masses, and the masses are looking for what aesthetically looks good, which AI art can create. And because that personal brand message or story is separated from the artwork itself, these customers are not invested in the artist. They just want to fill that blank wall space most of the time. So how should artists in this market protect their income? Probably the best thing you can do is pivot. Tie your brand message and personal story to your artwork. You want to give your ideal customer a reason to resonate with you and not just be like, oh, that looks good. I would buy that because that looks great with the color of my couch. We also want to develop a cohesive body of work so that when someone sees your paintings, they can be like, oh, I know, I can recognize exactly which artist created that piece. There are quite a few artists that I can see something on the internet or scroll on Instagram, and before I even see who posted it or who reposted it, I know, okay, I know exactly which artist created this piece. But what if you do a whole bunch of different things and you don't really want everything to be cohesive? That's fine. Have a few different lines of work. That's an idea you can go for. So you might have your line of still lifes, you might have a line of abstract landscapes, and then over here you do oceanic realism. Whatever that is, I just made that up. But organize your art in a way that makes sense so that not every piece is completely different from every other piece. Why would we make this pivot? Because we want the right people to care about you and your brand message. So not only do these people like your work, but they like what it stands for and you as an artist. And in a few months or a few years, they'll think of you and keep wanting to support your career. So finally, let's touch on creative professionals in industry like graphic designers or illustrators. Now, who is their main customer? It's really a business who has a bottom line. They are creating art for a business or entity that they work for. Worst case scenario, business owners have no soul and they lay off the vast majority of white-collar creative professionals and replace those jobs with AI art. Because AI art generators are easy to use and they're low cost. Hopefully this won't happen because business owners do have a soul, but it might happen. What would be the effect of that? Lots of job loss, but white-collar creative professionals may have to switch industries, join a company that does value human input, or band together and start their own businesses. So basically the point is, no matter what artist or industry or art market you're in, we have to learn to be adaptable. Technology is increasing. AI art just seems to be a part of the technology that's part of the future, no matter how much we might want to stop it. But as artists, if you're in a space that might be threatened by AI art, just be thinking of how can I be more adaptable to how my industry is changing or how my art market is changing. If I couldn't do exactly what I'm doing now, how would I use my skills and maybe what makes me unique as a person to create something valuable that AI art can't generate? Because ultimately it's innovative thinking and creative thinking, which we're good at, that is going to allow us to keep our incomes. And also in your businesses, think about how machine learning and other AI tools can actually help you in your business. For example, I sometimes use ChatGPT to write my sales copy or write an outline for a YouTube video. Think about how you can utilize parts of these new technologies to actually make your life easier instead of just focusing on the threat. So what art market or industry are you in, and do you feel threatened? How are you feeling about your job security? I want to hear your input and what I talked about today, so drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video.